Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And so today we're going to make a pot holder or a hot pad, and it is going to be the forget-me-not. And we are going to get started on that. Let's see, this is in the wrong. I'm going to use this sky blue as a background color. And we're going to start out with a chain of 26. And we better make sure we have the right needle. That's not the right needle. I'm going to get the 6, the J hook. Alright. Alright, so we're going to chain, 26. Hang on a minute, that's a loose chain. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And in the second chain from the hook, we're going to single crochet, and you're going to single crochet in every chain across. So we are not switching out colors for the first 4 rows. So what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet across for 4 rows, and then we will be back for row 5. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 and turn for row 5. And we're going to start out by putting 9 stitches of the background color in. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to need purple. So let's switch over to purple. And we are on 5, so we are on the right side. All right. In the back loop only, you need 2 purple, and then we need to switch over to the background color again. And then we need 3 of the background color. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to switch back to the purple, and we need 2 purple again. Back loop only though. 1, and 2. And then let's switch back over to our background color. And we need 2 of the background color. And then we need like a dark green. I'm going to use this dark olive green. The purple can stay. We don't need that anymore. We need 3 of this green. But we need to bring this background color with us still. So there's 1, 2, and then this is 3. And then 4 of the background color. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to chain 1 and turn for row 6. All right. So now we need 3 of the background color to start out with. And then we need 1 of this dark green. And we're taking this background color with us. And then we need to bring in the lighter green. And wait a minute. I did not do this right. All right, now we need the light green. And we need 3 of the light green. So there's 1, 2, and 3. I can get that needle in there. That stitch is a little bit too tight. There we go. And then we're going to switch over to our dark green. And we just need 1 dark green here. And then we need to switch to our purple. All right, so we need one purple, and then we need to bring in a lavender. We need three lavender, or no, two lavender. So there's one and two. And then we need to go back to our purple, and we need one purple. And then one background color. I'm just going to float these on the back. Yeah. This is the background color right here we need. And then we're going to switch over to purple again. And we need one purple, two lavender, and one purple. So there's one. When you're changing colors, it's easy to make that stitch very tight, so we have to be careful with that. Sometimes you just gotta take a needle and bring it up so you can get in there. There we go. So two lavender and one purple. And then we're going to finish this off by putting 8 background color in. There we go. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so there is 6 rows. We need to mark these off. Oh goodness. All right, so row 7. We're going to start out with 7 background color. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And then we're going to switch over to our purple. And we're going to have, we need the 1 purple there, and then 3 lavender, so there's 1, 2, and 3, and now we need 3 purple, so there's 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 lavender and 1 purple. One, 2, and 3. And then we need the 2 dark color green. So there's 1 and 2, and then 2 light green, one, hang on a minute, so there's 1 and 2, and then 1 dark green and 2 background colors. And that finishes off this row. All right, and there we got it. So that is row 7. Row 8 is next. Chain 1 and turn. And we're going to start out with 1 background color here, and then switch over to the dark green. And then we need a light green. So one dark green and one light green. And then two dark green. And then one light green and one dark green. Then we need our purple. So one purple and one lavender. Back to one purple. And two lavender. And then one purple and two lavender. And then one purple, two lavender, and one purple. And then we're going to finish this off with 6 dark background colors. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there's row 8. And that's what it looks like so far. Row 8. All right, row 9. We're going to start out with 6 background color. And then we're going to start out with our purple. And we need 1 purple. And then we need 3 lavender. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need our purple back. We need to put 1 purple in. Which is right here. And 1 lavender. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch off the purple and lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 of them, we're going to go purple, lavender, purple, lavender. We're just going to switch back and forth between them now for 5 of these stitches. So there's the purple. And here's the lavender. Let me get my purple back up here. See if I find it. So this one is purple. And then lavender. One, two, three, four. Okay, 1 more with the purple. And then we need 2 lavender and a purple. And then we need a green, a dark green. Let's see, make sure I did that right. So we have purple, 3 lavender, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 lavender and a purple. We need a dark green now. And then we need 3 light green. So there's 1, 2, 3, and a dark green. Okay, so it's a light green, 3 dark green, and a light green. I mean, a dark green and 3 light green and a dark green, and then you'll end up with 2 background colors at the end, and that's what it'll look like. So I've made a mistake, and I'm going to go back and fix mine. So we will be back for row 10. Okay, so row 10, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to start out with 3 background colors. And then we're going to go to the dark green. And we're going to put 3 dark green in here. That finishes off that leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these greens off of here because we're done with that for a while. We're not going to need those greens for a while. So we need to go to the purple next, and we need to put 3 purple in. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need lavender. We're going to be switching off from lavender to purple for the next 7 stitches. So we're going to switch off between the both of them. So this one is lavender. There's 1. The next one is purple. There's 2. The next one is lavender. There's 3. The next one is purple. There's 4. The next one is lavender. There's 5. The next one is purple. There's 6. And this last one is lavender, which is number 7. And then we're going to switch over to purple and put 3 purple in. And then we should have 6 of the background color to finish it off. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so there is row 10, chain 1 and turn. So we could see the front of this, and this is what it looks like now. All right, row 11. We're going to start out with 5 of the background color. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we need 1 purple right here. And then we're going to switch over to lavender. We are needing 3 lavender. So these 3 purple ones that we made in the last row are going to be lavender now. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need to switch over to purple. And now we need 7 purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now we need 3 lavender. Which these last 3 were lavender, were purple before, are going to become lavender now. So those are 1, 2, and 3. And then I need a purple. Which was this green. I'll put the purple one right there. And then we're going to switch over to our background color. And we should have 5 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's the end of row 11. And that's what it looks like. Okay, so we'll be doing row 12, and we will be back for row 12. All right, row 12, chain 1 and turn. We need 4 of the background color. And then we need the dark purple. Doing front loop since. And then we need to switch over to our lavender. And we need 5 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we need a purple one. And then we need yellow. We're going to bring in our yellow for our yellow center of our flower. The next 3 stitches are yellow. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need our purple back. So the next one is purple. And then we need our lavender back. And we need 5 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then a purple. And then we need our background color. And we need 4 of those. And that'll finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to chain 1 and turn. And there's what it looks like. So now we are going to we're going to start out with 4 background color. This is row 13, 2, 3, and 4. And we need 1 purple, so we got our purple, and then we need 2 lavender, and then we need 4 purple. So let's switch over to purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need our yellow. And we need 3 of those. Right over top of the 3 yellows that we have. 1, 2, and 3. And then we need our purple again. We need 4 purples. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 2 lavenders. So there's 1 and 2, and the purple at the end, and then 4 background colors. And that we'll finish off row 13. So we bring this background color back over here. Switch off to the background color. But when we do this, we want to make sure that, because I'm floating those in the back, because you're not going to see the back of this. Because we're going to make another one and sew them together. Or backing. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. That is row 13. Row 14. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to start out with the 4 background color. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need our purple. Switching over to purple. And then we need 1 purple. And then we need to switch over to the lavender. We need 5 lavender. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we need a purple. And then those 3 yellows on top of the yellows that we had there. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need a purple and 5 lavenders and a purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then the purple. And then we need the 4 background color. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is row 14. Let's chain 1 and turn. And this is what we have right now. Alright, so mark that row off. We are also done with the yellow, so we can cut that off. And pull that out of the mix. Alright. we're going to start out with 5 background color. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to bring up our purple. And we need the purple here, and then our lavender. And we need 3 lavender next. Which is here. Alright, so there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need to switch to our purple, and we need 7 purple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we need to bring in our lavender. And we need 3 lavender. So there's 1, 2. Wait a minute, I did not go into that stitch right. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And then we need a purple and 5 background color, and that'll finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there we have it. So that is row 15. Let's mark this off. I'm videotaping this. I'm going to chain 1 and turn for 16, and we're going to start out with 6 background colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need our purple. And we need 3 purple. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to switch over to our lavender. And again, we're going to be switching off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For the next 7 stitches, we're going to be switching off. So this one is lavender. There's one. And this one's purple. There's two. This one's lavender. There's three. And this one is purple. There's four. Lavender. Five. Purple. Six. And lavender, which is seven. And then we're going to switch off to our purple and put three purples in. One, two, and three. And then we need our dark green. And we need three of those. So there's one, two, and three. And then three background color at the end. Bring that over. Chain one and turn. And now we have 16 rows done. So that's row 16. We're going to mark it off. We're ready for row 18. So we are going to start out with two background color in row 18. And then we need our dark green. So one dark green here. And three light green and a dark green. So there's one, two, and three. And then we have a dark green. And then we need the purple. Which is here. And then lavender. We need two lavender. So one and two. And then we need our purple again. So for the next 5 stitches, we're going to switch off. Nope. Yeah. No, not. Yeah, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. So starting with this one, we're going to switch off. So it'll be lavender purple for the next 5 stitches. So there's one, switching to purple, lavender, 2, this one is lavender, 3, this one is purple, 4, this one is lavender, 5, that's 5, okay, and was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? We need purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to end up with purple. No, I only did 4. Goodness. The purple started it out, not the lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a purple now for the 5th one. And then we need the lavender. Back again, we need 3 lavender and a purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then here's your purple at the end here. And then we're going to end up with 6 background colors. Yep. So we're going to bring that over from the other side. There it is. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, and that is row 17 finished. Now we need row 19 or 18. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to start out with 6 background colors. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need a purple. Not both, just one. Just the purple. So we need the purple there, and then we need 2 lavender. So 1 and 2, and then 1 purple, two lavender and a purple again. So there's 1 and 2. and we're going to do 2 lavender and purple again. So there's 1 and 2. And then lavender purple. All right, now we need the dark green. And then we need a dark green right here on top of that other dark green, and then a light green, two dark green, all right, and then a light green, one dark green, and one background color. So I'm going to bring over this background color. There it is. Put that in. There we go. All right, so let's chain 1 and turn and look at this now. All right, so we're just about done with this flower. That was row 18. I need to turn the page around here. So row 19, we're going to start out with 2 background color. So there's 1 and 2. And then we need the dark green. And then 2 light green. So 1 and 2, and then 2 dark green. 1 and 2. And then we need our purple. So we need 1 purple, 3 lavender, so there's 1, 2, and 3. 3 purple, 1, 2, and 3. And 3 lavender, 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 purple. And then we need our background color, which is clear over here at this end as soon as I find where it is in this mess. We need 7 of our background color to finish off this row. As soon as I can get in there. There we go. I'll stretch that out so that doesn't buckle my work. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, so there is row 19. Row 20 is next. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to start out with 8 of this background color. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we're going to bring up our purple. And we need 1 purple, 2 lavender, 1 and 2, and then another purple, which is right there, and then we need a background color. And then a purple. So then we need a purple, 2 lavender, and a purple. Then we need our dark green. So dark green, 3 light green, so there's 1, 2, and 3, then a dark green, and then we need 3 background colors at the end. And where did that background color go? Right there. Yep, so there's 1. And of course I made that stitch so small I can't even hardly see it. Gotta get and there. Alright, 3 at the end there then. Alright, so that is row 20. And we'll mark that off. Get ready for 21, which is the last row of this flower. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to start cutting off some thread. Awesome. We're going to start out with 4 of these background colors. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I need 3 dark green to finish off this leaf. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to go to purple. No, we're not. We're going to go to the background color. So we need to bring that with us. So we got background color next. And we need 2 of those. So there's 1 and 2. And then 2 purple. One and 2. And then the background color again. We need 3 of those. So 1, 2, and 3. And then the purple. We need 2 purple. 1, and 2. And then we're going back to the background color for 9 background colors. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, so we just finished the flower, and that is what our flower looks like. So let's start cutting off some threads here. So this one can come off. Well, they're all going to come off, but get that lavender out of there. The purple. And the 2 greens. Alright, so now we're down to the background color. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're just going to single crochet across. So we're on the back side, so we'll make sure there's 2, well, I'm not counting because you should have 25 stitches across here. Just when you get to these purples and greens, make sure you're using the front loop only. Because when you do this, it really makes everything pop out so much better. It just makes it pop. So, because we're on the back side, we're using the front loop only when we get to a different color other than the color we're using. But if you're working on the same color, then it's both loops. But these 3 greens will be front loop only. And then you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you're just going to single crochet across for the next 3 rows. We've got 22 on there, so we need 23, 24, 25 put on there. So we're just going to single crochet across for the next 3 rows, and then I'm going to do mine off camera and tie down all my ends, and when we get back we will do the border on this. Alright, so we're back for the border of our flower. which is a forget-me-not. And I've switched off to green, and what I'm going to do is I chain one, and we're just going to put 3 half double crochets, or we're just going to put 1 half double crochet there. Never mind. So we're just going to put a half double crochet down the side of this, and then when you get to the corners, you're going to put 3 half double crochets in the corners. Oh, by the way, the front side is facing us. This is the back side. I tied down all of my knots. All my ends are all tied down. Alright, so when we get to the corners, like right here, we're going to put 3 half double crochet in the corners, and just keep going around. You're putting 1 half double crochet in each stitch otherwise. Alright, I will see you at the end of this round. Alright, so I switched colors again, and we're going to chain one, and then what we're going to do is, you know, a half double crochet has a front loop, a back loop, and a third loop, and the third loop is in the back. So if you can see that third loop. Okay, so there's the third loop right there, and we're just going to put, this is the corner, so I'm going to put 3 single crochets in this third loop, and then we're just going to go into the third loop, and what that's going to do is going to bring your front loop and your back loop down here to make a little design. So you're going to go all the way around, and then in the corners you're going to put 3 single crochets, and then you're going to chain one and do another round of singles just in these singles, so that you have 2 rows of singles at the end of this border. So you're going to do that, and then I will be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so that is there's the border. You can see that we've got the border done, and that's what the back side looks like, which is the reason why we are going to make the back now. So we're going to chain 26. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you're going to love this because there are no color changes in this. So we're going to do this, but we're going to start in a second chain from the hook and single crochet in there, and single crochet in every chain across. And of course you should have 25 stitches when you're done. And then at the end of the row you're going to chain one and turn and just single crochet across. So you're going to do that for 25 rows, and then you're going to put this border, the same border on it. And I'm going to work on mine off camera, and then we'll be back and I'll show you how we're going to sew them together. So we'll see you then. Alright, so I have got the second part, the back half of this done. And what I'm going to do is I'll put these together. We're going to take the back loop of the one in front and the front loop of the one in the back. But make sure you've got the right stitches together. And we're just going to single crochet these together. And we're going to do this all the way around, and when you get to the corners you just keep going around. We're not going to do anything special by the corners. It's each stitch, we're just sewing each stitch together all the way around it. Like that. I will meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so we're going to turn this thing around. I've got everything all sewed together, but I want the front facing me. So I'll make sure the front is facing you. Alright, so in this stitch, this first stitch right here, we're going to put a single crochet and 2 doubles. So yes, we are doing the falling leaf stitch again. I can't help it. I love it. And then we're going to skip 2, and then there are 3 in the corner here. So we are going to put that falling leaf stitch in each one of those. Like so. So on the corners you'll put the falling leaf stitch in each one of the 3. Then going down the side you're going to skip 2 and put the falling leaf stitch in that third one. So every third one now you'll put the falling leaf stitch in until you get to the other corner. This is one of my go-to borders. This is one of my most favorite border to do, as you guys well know. I just love the way it looks on there. as the same color. All right. Okay, so now we're at the corner again, so we're skipping two, and now we need to put a falling leaf stitch in each one of those corner ones. And then you just keep going around, and it'll look like this once you go all the way around it. So I really love this hot pad. And I forgot to tell you guys, when you are making hot pads, make sure you're using cotton yarn, because you cannot put anything hot on acrylic yarn. It'll melt it. So cotton yarn won't melt, and it won't ruin your picture. So anyway, I actually did that once, and yes, it did. It melted the whole thing and it distorted everything. So I'm just telling you guys, make sure that you use cotton when you're making hot pads. All right, so I hope you guys had a lot of fun making this hot pad with me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.